Hey guys, today we are going to be looking at a carry replay analysis Faceless Void, and this guy is Herald 5, and this was a very good game. So looks like they kind of stomped pretty hard, but assuming there was no like griefing from the enemy team, like these games can still be good to look at because we will likely see things that he could have done much better. That always happens even in really good games of low MR players, so... These are probably against like Slardar Gyro or Slardar Lion. Maybe Slardar Weaver. So these items aren't bad. These items are reasonable. This rune, pick it up. Blocking a little bit. Looks like Slardar Gyro. Okay, so defensive aggroing a little bit. Focusing on the CS, that's good. One of the melee creeps died and your camera wasn't on it, so I'm not sure if you could have gotten it, but we want to be kind of like making sure we're monitoring that. Like, I don't know what happened to it, and I can't just rewind because the replay's bugged, but make sure at least you're like watching, right? Like ideally you get all 4 CS, you have to be like watching when all 4 CS die. Okay, so the lane's pushing in, defensive aggro. It looks like you tried, it didn't work, so you know, just small execution mistake. But like, if you're, it looked like you were trying to CS, so in that situation where you defensive aggro it up and then you've got like 2 creeps attacking it and there's like more creeps for you and then he comes up to deny, sometimes instead of going for the CS, it can be good to just like hit him like 3 times, right? Because he's going for the deny, he's not going to hit you because you've got a bunch of creeps. So instead of going for the creep, you just hit him and then walk down a little bit and then hit him, right? While he's doing the hit on the creep, then you walk down a little bit and hit him. You just do like a bunch of damage to them. And like, yeah, maybe he gets denied, but then your creeps start attacking him and you've been attacking him and you can just do a bunch of damage to him. That he like that was like him walking up into 3 creeps and you to get that denied. Like you don't have a slow. Ideally, like if you do have a slow, like if you have a CM or, I mean, your Dazzle, if you've been over there and queued, looks like he's kind of messing with the other support, but like, that was a bad deny from him, and you can, like, by yourself, you can only punish a little bit, but you can still do a little punish. And if your support's playing, then, like, you could really punish that. But, something to think about. Just, like, put on a little bit of aggression when you have, like, a bunch of creeps and they have, like, 0. Okay, so for defensive aggroing a bit. Try and focus on the CS. Could have defensive aggroed again there earlier to get these out of his way. It's tough to CS against the Slardar. Having a little bit of a tough time. We're trying. Okay, what are we doing? Maybe you're like buying something? It was kind of weird because you totally missed the XP and there was still a range creep here. So you could have gone for the range creep. Because like they can't really kill you, right? You have time walk. Or like at least get the XP. It was really weird that you like walked up when there's still a creep alive. You really don't want to do that. Okay. I think you kind of panicked, but like time dilation doesn't do anything if they haven't like cast a spell, which they hadn't. So definitely don't want to use that if they haven't cast a spell. And if he stuns you, and then this, you know, then you could use it, but it's kind of a waste there. Okay. So again, we're walking away. Like, at least get this XP, man. Like, just hang out, like, right here by this ward. Get the XP. Like, if you feel... Honestly, I think you could go for this, because, like, you're going to have time lock. Well, I guess if you were hitting this right now, you wouldn't have time lock quite up. But, like, this, you have 5 creeps, so, like, the odds that they're going to go on you is, like, not that high. And even if they do, with 5 creeps attacking them, and you having time lock soon, this isn't going to be that good. And also, you could have eaten a tango by now. You could be at full HP just if you'd eaten 1 tango, like, 30 seconds ago. Or 20 seconds ago. Like, there's no reason to miss his XP, and honestly, I would be going for this last air right now, and if they go on me, like, I'm just going to time walk off, like, half the damage, like, in 3 seconds, and they're going to take a bunch of damage from the creeps. And then, like, I'm pretty sure they can't chase you down at level 4. So, also, we want to think about spending some of our gold, like, finish a Wraith Band, finish a Wand, or maybe we're going for a component of Treads. That was one of the things we noted last game when we were PL, is, like, spending our gold. Or Dazzle gets kind of a pull-off, the gyro stops it, it's like whatever. We also missed 2 melee creeps of XP here as well, so we're really just like kind of not registering that we need to like be here to at minimum get the XP, like if not defensive aggro these up. Like you just because your support is off pulling, doesn't mean you have to like be way up here. Like, yeah, you shouldn't die. And if you're scared of them, you don't have to walk into range, but like you can try defensive aggroing or at least be in range for the XP. Like, even if they're getting to the denies, like not getting any experience is really bad. And you're not doing anything in the meantime. You know what I mean? Your W does not do damage, dude. Like, it's like there's no damage component. There's a duration, there's a slow per cooldown, there's a cooldown progression slow, and there's bonus DPS per cooldown. There's no flat damage component to time dilation. So like, I think you don't understand how this ability works, but like you can't use the CS because creeps don't cast spells. So stop using this except when they've used spells. Okay, so your Dow's going for pull again. Like, it's okay, no creeps are dying for them, but like potentially if you have a big wave pushing in, they could have creeps dying here, and they're not going to kill you while they're CSing. So you can stand like right back here and like get any XP that could potentially be dying here. Like, being up here while your support's pulling is pointless. There's like nothing for you to do here. Like, I want you to be looking at this at least and hanging around more down here. Right, you're a void. They cannot just go kill you. So kind of like weird positioning play from you here for the lane. You're like, once the lane got pushed in, it seemed like you didn't really have like a good sense of what you were doing. Okay, there you W. I think a little late if you wanted to. You did hit the jar with it, which is good, and he had cast a spell, so it's actually doing damage now. But you can like walk at him, hit him, and then W after using the spell, hit him again, and then you always have time walk to get away. But like, not too bad. Okay, so they have a huge wave now. So defensive aggro here. Like, there's no reason not defensive aggro here. Like, no reason at all. Okay, now you do, but we missed the creep. Okay, so now we're defensive aggro again. That was good. That was good. Okay, now I've got a bajillion creeps. Kind of holding it outside of her tower. That was reasonable. That was reasonable. Okay, your dazzle feeds. Nothing you can do about that. Definitely. Okay, dude. Like, I don't know what's going on. Don't time walk if you haven't taken any damage. And stop using time dilation for no reason, dude. Movement speed reduced by 0, attack speed reduced by 0. Like, he hadn't casted a spell recently, like he did down here, but like, this is only for spells cast, like, I guess while it's on cooldown. I guess maybe like he would have casted one spell. Like, I don't know, dude. This is just a waste of mana. Like, stop spamming time dilation. It's like really weird. And you haven't been playing that long, so like you probably don't have a lot of void games. So like, this is okay, but like, you're learning, right? I'm explaining this to you. Don't use time dilation unless they've cast spells, and really unless you're like being aggressive or you're trying to run away and you just like slow them down. Kind of a lot of mana. Like, this is 40, and it's really good because if they go on you, you like time walk off a bunch of the damage. And this is only good if you like think you're gonna get a bunch of damage on them or a kill, or if like you need to slow them down from killing you. It's not good to just spam. Like, it costs too much mana. The way void is effective in lane is you can like kind of take good trades or not be afraid of them going on you, and then you just time walk if they do try and go on you, and like you don't take any damage. And then yeah, you have to play passive, but only for like 24 or now 18 seconds, and then you can kind of like be aggressive again without like worrying about dying. And you just want to be able to use time walk a bunch of times. So yeah, our CS is really bad. And our XP is not that good either because we missed like a bunch of XP from like just creeps dying when we could have been in range. We just weren't. You can defensive aggro here in the tower. Like, I just need you to get these CS if at all possible. Also, you not having any more items is making the CS harder. Like, if you had a kind of finished Wraith Band and like a Band of Elven skin, that's like going to be an extra 6 damage, and then this is only 3, and if you finished a Wraith Band, you're going to have 5 agility and 5 attack speed, which helps. So you'd have an extra 2 damage plus the 6, so you'd have an extra 8 damage plus like some attack speed, and that would make CSing easier. And if you finish the wand, I'm pretty sure you have enough money for almost all of that. Like, it would make it easier to CS. So the fact you haven't bought any more items is also making it harder to CS, because like this Slardar has a finished bracer and a finished wand, so he's getting like 5 damage plus 3. So he's getting plus 8 damage, and you're only getting plus like 4 here. Plus his base attack is like a little bit higher than yours, so he does more damage than you. With Quelling, you actually outdamage him a little bit, but yeah. So you can defensive aggro these into tower, dude. You do not want him to deny you. Like, I'd rather the lane push if you're just getting 2 of these CS. Like, you're missing all of them. Missing all of them, dude. Our CS is so bad. So like, remember, items help you CS. They give you more damage if you're having trouble CSing against opponents. Also, last hit trainer. You know, if you go to learn, and then so, here. No. Oh, last hitting, yeah. The tier 3 practice last hitting. Like, you can do this a little bit before you like play games for the day. Our last hitting is really suffering here. Like, this is really bad last hitting. Just, you know, it is what it is, but it's really bad. And you just gotta call it out. You go on to stomp this game, and yet you're last hitting really bad. Like, imagine if we weren't last hitting really bad. You would have stomped even harder. Right? Like, you should have, like, at 5 minutes, you need to have, like, 25 CS at minimum. Oops. Last hits, right? Yikes. Yikes, dude. And obviously, you know this watching it back, but just gotta make it. Okay, man. Alright, not gonna keep commenting on it, but obviously that did not do anything. So, we're just wasting... So you flew out 1 clarity. The thing got canceled. Or did this dazzle clarity you? I'm not really sure what just happened there. Is your career... I am assuming it's in base, and like it's just because the replay bug, I can't see it. You really gotta... Like, this is not okay to have 1200 gold and not have bought items. You really need to spend your first, like, 300, 400, 500 gold on items. Maybe it's regen some games. Maybe it's more damage items if your, like, health is fine. Like, this guy hasn't harassed you a bunch. So just buy more damage items. It's like essential to like keep your last hitting ability up. Oh man. Okay. Read the ability for Dilation. None of these Dilations are doing any damage, dude. This is just sad to watch at this point. It's the same thing over and over again, but like, I don't know. Oh, we can't even. Oh, the CS is bad, dude. If we had damage components that we had purchased, like we could finish this. Like you hit for no damage and you have like no attack speed because you haven't bought anything, so it's like harder to finish this camp. But if we had like treads, we could finish this camp pretty easily. We still have 3 tangos to work with, so it's okay if we lose some HP. Okay, we're like losing XP. We're walking out of XP range of these creeps dying again, so just something to consider. Like, you don't have to defensive aggro this way back. Like, the starter has not gone on you once, so you're kind of playing really afraid. I'm not sure why, because this guy hasn't gone on you 1 time. This guy, if I was coaching him, I tell him he's owning, because he's not worried about you and going on you, and he's just focused on the CS. Like, this guy is owning you, dude. And he's not even attacking you. Like, you're playing really scared, and he's not even attacking you. So, like, you're kind of playing too scared. Like, yeah, you want a defensive aggro just to, like, make the CSing easier, but, like, he's not going on you. Again, your W does no damage. I feel like I have to keep saying it because you keep doing it, even though you're not here to, like, acknowledge it. Oh. Still missing CS. These CS under tower. Oh, that didn't break the replay. That's good. I did that on accident, but again, if you have money spent, this CSing will be easier. You should remember that, because you're CSing so poorly, and obviously just having items will help you. Okay, that W is the best one all game. Still doesn't do much because you, because whatever, it's level 1. That's not really your fault, but. Time walk? Yeah, see, if he goes on you, you just time walk. So, eat a tango. It's good eating a tango. You've been pretty slow on eating tangos other than that, so that was good. I like to see that you're, like, eating it just to get yourself back to full. Like, that's kind of what you want. How have you not bought anything, dude? Get in the habit of putting items in your quick buy. Like, what I, like, this is me, and I'm playing this Void at the beginning of the game. I'm adding, and hopefully you know how to, like, shift Q and add multiple things to your quick buy. But, like, you control click to add to your shift Q, or to add to your quick buy, right? And then you control shift, and then you click to add things to your quick buy. So, you know, don't buy Battlefield right now, but shift click, magic wand, shift click, a wraith band, shift click, treads. And then as you get gold, like, start buying these things. I went over this in your friend's Ember replay, but, like, make the process of buying items easy. Put it in your quick buy, and then change your hotkeys. Purchase quick buy. Make this be something you're comfortable on. I use F2. You're welcome to copy this, or you can change whatever is comfortable for you. Purchase quick buy. Courier deliver items. So for me, I have stuff in my quick buy, and then I just press F2, 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 whatever, buy multiple items, however many you're buying, and then F4, deliver courier. Like, I don't have to look down. Well, I mean, whatever. You just press F2, and then you press F4, and they're coming out to you, and it's very quick and very easy. This is, like, unacceptable, dude. This is unacceptable to have 2,000 gold. It's honestly unacceptable to have 1,000 gold. Like, 1,000 is too much. This is way, way too much. I cannot believe you haven't bought an item yet. Like, you're so weak compared to what you could be. Like, you have a net worth of 2,700, and 2,000 of it has not been spent yet. So you are out of 2,700. You're 2,000 net worth weaker than you should be. Like, that's insane, dude. That's insane. So just some really poor, like, kind of fundamentals going on here, and this is a great game to look at, because what's crazy is, I mean, your Ember Spirit friend pops off here, but what's crazy is, like, you end up having, like, a crazy good game off of this, and this is a terrible start, man. Even if you haven't died, this is a terrible start. Like, imagine if you're having, like, a half-decent start, like, spending your gold, getting more XP than you could have had, CSing better. Like, you could be having an amazing start. And, like, these guys aren't even harassing you, which is, like, kind of normal with this MMR. Did they go all in harassing you? Okay, never time walk before you've taken damage. Like, these guys cannot full to zero you before you get off a time walk. So never do this, because now, if they dive you, you're dead. Like, if I'm them, I dive this Void super hard. And granted, you have a data that'll make the gravy, but, like, they can dive so hard right now and, like, not have to worry about anything. Like, if I was them, I would have dove you. Obviously, they're not immortal, but it's like a mistake. You should never time walk before you've taken any damage like that if they're, like, in a position to, like, really dive and punish after. Okay. We're again Wing for nothing. And I'm missing our... Like, could have got that range creep there. I know you're obviously afraid of this guy. Dude, what? This is such a weird replay. You still haven't bought anything. I'm just gonna fast forward until, like, I don't know, they kill you or you buy something, because none of this is really worth watching until the game, like, something changes about what's happening here. I mean that, you know, just in a productive way to get to something that's worth your money. Okay. Oh, dude, that's psychotic that you time walk in front of this guy's face back towards your tower. This guy should 100% kill you. Like, you cannot use your timer. Like, the only way you don't die here is if you chrono this guy and keep running away if he goes on you. Like, this guy is strong, dude. This guy should demolish you right now. Like, you can't burn time walk like this. Still missing CS because we still have only +4 damage at 12 minutes. I don't even understand what I'm watching, actually. This is crazy. You played your PL game way better. I don't know if you were super distracted this game or what. Alright, I messaged you on Discord and confirmed that I should still keep going, and you've said yes. So we're gonna continue to go. Still gonna wait till you, like, buy something though. Like, this is wild. I've never seen this before. Okay, so we're, like, jungling, which, like, kind of makes sense because the lane got way pushed out, and I think the starter, like, could kill you. Oh, we bought something. What did we buy? I can't wait to see this. Okay, so we bought shreds and, like, half a maelstrom. Okay, it's, like, reasonable. I still would have finished wand, and I would have finished the wraith band, which, like, obviously kind of, by the time you notice your gold, you were probably like, oh. But just, you know, I would still have finished upgrading and, like, getting these items. Okay, putting items in our inventory. Still don't know how our W works. Yeah, in that scenario, you can't time walk towards the tower. Like, the tower is not stopping this guy. Just FYI, like, with his Vanguard and 1800 HP because we're 15 minutes in, this guy could take the tower for, like, approximately, like, 10 minutes. So, like, if this guy's gonna go on you and you're trying to run away, you need to run away this way. Because this tower is not saving you at this phase in the game. Like, you can't just juke around the tower. Okay. So our lane's, like, kind of officially over. This lane ended way late. That's why this line didn't come, like, kill you or this storm gank you at all. Oh, the storm's on your team. No, the storm's on their team. What am I watching? I'm just watching a very poor storm. Okay, so stuff is happening now. So let's look at what's happening. Got our components of treads. We don't have chrono, so there's actually no reason for you to be here. Like, your 1 point in time dilation contribution to this is not meaningful. And you need to be hitting creeps. Like, the carry's job pre, like, 22, 23 minutes is just to farm and get 2 items. And you were halfway to 1 item because we haven't been CSing that well. Wow, how are you third in net worth? What on earth? You haven't gotten any kills. How are you third in net worth? You've been CSing so bad. Not really sure what's going on here, but yeah, you just need to, like, you're like bashing, hitting the Slardar, just like, it's just not worth it. And this isn't because you're Herald. Like, if I was Immortal and I was in this game and I got stomped in my lane, because like even in Immortal I'll get stomped in my lane sometimes, like, I'm not contributing to this. Like, if I were to take over your game right here and play my Immortal self as your Void, I'm never coming to this. Even if I know I'm better than everybody else in the lobby, I'm just not coming to this. Like, the correct thing to do is just be AFK farming and getting items. Time walk, good ability. Okay. Yeah, this is just not good. Like, okay, yeah, you did, like, come in and, like, bash that guy, and, like, you did help with that kill, but it's, like, not worth your time. Like, you got 430 gold in that scenario. You almost died. Like, in some scenario, in some situations, like, you'll die here. And then in some situations, you won't get that kill, and then it'll be a huge waste of your time if either of those happen. And, okay, this was the best possible outcome. You got a kill and didn't die. This was not worth your time. Like, the XP you got was not that high because you're splitting it, and there's a bajillion camps you could have been hitting safely this whole time. Or, like, maybe you're cleaning up, like, mid, or you're cleaning up bottom. These are things carries can do. So just, and keep in mind, like, as carry it, like, after the lanes kind of start breaking down, right? People start moving around in different lanes. This is a dangerous part of the map for you. Like, the only reason you should ever be fighting around here is you have Chrono, and you're like, I'm going to be a big contribution here. And if you don't, then it's just not worth your time. Just not worth it. Like, if they bring 5 heroes here and you don't have Chrono, like, you just tell your team, like, hey, I can't come. Like, just let them take the tower. Like, that's the correct play. If they want to bring a bunch of heroes, even if your team wants to help, you just be like, I can't help. Like, I don't do enough without Chrono and with no items. So just kind of try to absorb that. Like, this tower, not worth defending as it gets later in the game. And, like, fighting around this tower, not good in general. Like, right, we're really behind, we don't have Chrono, so just want to be hitting creeps or cleaning up open lanes somewhere else. Okay, now we're jungling. Okay, we TP bottom. I don't hate this TP, because, like I said, if I'm carry, I don't want to be hanging around up here or defending this tower at all. Even with Chrono, like, we're so weak. Like, just Maelstrom. I don't really want to be defending this tower. It's like decent rotation on the other side of the map. Farming, we're farming. Okay, and our team's playing around us if we have Chrono. Just, like, alright. It is fine, it's fine. We don't want to, like, push this tower, though. Like, we're coming here, we're getting this, they didn't go on us or fight us. Now we want to go hit creeps, let's see what you do. Okay, back up and hit creeps. Excelente. Excelente. I like to see it. This is good. And we really want to get, we kind of want to get 2 items before we, like, fight them. Time walking off some damage here, pretty good. Something to consider just tread switching when you do that. Just tread switch in, time walk, switch back to Agi. Okay, so we're coming down here to clear this lane. This is fine. The only thing to consider here is that they could go on you. Storm was just here. We see 1 hero. But, like, let's say that, like, Gyro and Slardar and, like, Weaver were, like, smoked behind the storm. Like, they could dive you. Like, something I'm thinking about, like, if I'm you, is, like, I might be getting gone on right now. So I would just be sitting on Strength Threads, which is an extra 200 HP, which when you only have 1,000, going from 1,000 to 1,200 is, like, a big difference. So I might just be doing this, but, like, on Strength Threads. Because they, like, right, because if this guy blinks on you and Storm jumps on you, like, they're going to do a lot of damage to you. Honestly, you might die anyways, so I'd be pretty afraid. Like, the Swindager can't really save you if they, like, blink in and Storm rush in and, like, Lion follows up. Having a raindrop against her lineup is pretty solid too. It's like Lion or Storm could save your life. You don't actually die this game. Yeah, spoiler alert. But it's in areas where you potentially have to be worried. Okay. I was gonna say you don't want to walk away from this lane without clearing it. Like, leaving this lane here and smoking past it, or like going for a kill past it, is like not that good. Like, if what your team's doing while you're clearing it is fine, and then if a fight does break out, you can kind of, like, walk away from this because the fight started. But if nobody's here, it makes it really obvious what your team's trying to do. So, like, you clearing this is correct. And keeping an eye on what your team's doing, obviously. kind of following around, kind of following and staying close to this, but it did not go well. You lost a hero. So we don't actually go over there. Okay, that's good. That's good. Kind of like your movement there to like stay close by and consider, because you do have chrono. You didn't engage, which is good. So doing this. That was a reasonable clear, and then not to continue, because we don't see any of them except for this Weaver. It's like the least threatening hero. Like, they have a very dangerous kill squad, so like if you don't see these heroes, you do want to play really safe, which you did, which is like good. I assume this is bugged, but like you want to take this back if it's not. Like if they, because they can see it, right? So I'm going to assume this is a replay bug and this actually isn't under their control, but if it were, make sure you take it. It's kind of hard to tell if it's a replay. Okay, so you're moving over to this side. Okay. I'm assuming somebody was like supposed to smoke there and then nobody had a smoke. In theory, that's a really good time to smoke because you have your chrono and you have ult and you guys are strong. So I guess that was like, hey, let's smoke. And then everybody was like, oh, I don't have one. I'm assuming that's what's happening here. You guys are like trying to make a move, but you know, then nobody has a smoke. Okay, so now we smoke. It's like the most obvious thing ever, and yet this will still work. I'm almost positive. Okay, good W. Nice chrono. Well played, dude. Okay, sweet. That was very good. Very well executed. And then now that we don't have chrono, we just want to, like, you know, cautiously follow up here. Make sure we don't die. That's the main thing, is we don't want to die here. It looks like your team's wiping them, so not really worried about dying. Okay. It's a reasonable contribution. You're not doing anything crazy here. Alright, don't get this guy. So if I'm you, in this exact situation, and maybe ask yourself, if you're watching, as you're watching this, like what should you do right now? Ask yourself, like, what should I do right now? Like in hindsight. The answer is definitely TP bottom. These creeps dying under your tower, and okay, maybe by the time you're TP, you just don't get them, but there's another wave right here, and push this lane all the way out, and then farm. That's what you should do right now. You're not strong enough to get this tier 2. You just don't do a lot of right-click damage. Your Embo doesn't. You guys are not like good tower hitters, tower pushers, right? You're not a DP or a DK, so like, you're not really pushing this tier 2 right now. I think maybe you might have watched my phases of the game video, but like you really want to get Roshan before you take tier 2s. So like hanging around here and splitting this farm between 4 heroes, like this one wave, doesn't make any sense. So like you TP away, farm. Your team should like kind of back up. Maybe they clear this wave, and then back up. And like there's no reason for you to be here anymore. No chrono, right? So you just need to bounce. There's no reason for you and Ember to like split this farm, right? Like you have your TP up, you just TP away. 100% the correct play here is a TP away. Or if you, let's say in the future, you're in this exact scenario and you're like, oh, like I remember Carbonyl told me I should TP bottom, but you see another teammate TP bottom like this Undying did. This Undying TP's bottom before you, or whoever, it doesn't matter. Somebody on your team, this is a good play for this Undying. Like somebody needed to do it and nobody else was doing it, so he did it. This is a good play from him. So like if you notice that, then like you don't have to TP top, but like immediately walk away. Like don't stick around here and split the farm. Like let your other teammates take this farm and go just like move away from your team and spread out and farm. Like you could walk top, given that the Undying went bottom. It would be correct for you to immediately TP bottom before this guy, but given that you didn't, the next best move would have been to like just go farm and walk away from the creeps here and go like farm top. Just farm, and then depending on what you see, you can either TP bottom away from them if they come top, or you just farm for days up here. And eventually you want to take Roshan, but you're not really strong enough yet, in my opinion, given your team's lineup. Yeah, with Wind Ranger ulting, like you guys kind of can, and Ember's strong. Like if they can test, we probably won't chrono up. So like we don't want to just go Rosh like casually in this situation with no chrono. My thought is like farm, get more items or get another item, and then with chrono up, like maybe our next move is around Roshan. Should be like the kind of the correct play from this ahead position. Okay, so this is good. You kind of did eventually do what I was saying, like move away and go top. It just took you a little longer than I'd want to see, but you did actually make the correct move, so nice job. So yeah, farm. In terms of the choice of item, Manta's not really that good here. Does Storm have Orchid? If Storm had Orchid, I would see that, but like the only thing you can dispel from them right now is like, is Weaver Bugs even dispellable? I don't know. not dispellable. So the only thing you can dispel from them is Slardar, Corrosive Haze, and like it's not that important of a, like it's not a disable or like a root, so it's not like that important to be able to dispel it. So I don't really see the point of this Manta. Because like Faceless Void illusions are not good at wave clear, so like that aspect of Manta does not really apply to this game. So I just don't really see why, like, I just see the value of this Manta over some other item, like Sanjin Yasha. Mask Madness is like kind of okay, but if you go Maelstrom first at that point, going back from Mask Madness doesn't make a ton of sense. Like Sanjin Yasha makes more sense to me, because then it also like reduces like with the status resist, right? Or no, yeah, there is status resist still. So like it reduces the disables that you might hit later, like S and Y into BKB makes more sense to me than Manta. I don't think I would want to tank up a little bit, so like this does give you some strength, but like obvious and why it does as well. So I kind of favor in this game, I think like a Sanjin Yasha, given that we didn't go Mask of Madness early and we had a really slow start and didn't have a lot of items early. Like my inventory, I'd still want Wand, honestly. Like Wand, I mean at this point you don't have to upgrade Wraithband, but like in theory you have like Wand, Wraithband, Shreds, Maelstrom, like S and Y into BKB, and then you're like feeling good. Especially like then you can run Strength Treads and you'd have like 1800 HP or 19, close to 2000 if you have the full Wraithband, full Wand, and Sanjin Yasha and like Strength Treads on. You're like tanky, right? They can't burst you down. I mean, technically with Perfect Chain Zoning they could, but they're probably not going to do that because they're like Crusader or Guardian or something. Okay, so walk back to this lane. You drop Manta Illusions and walk away. Like, I would say this lane is dangerous, but we do see stuff happening down here. So, like, given that we see something happening here, I actually would want to walk back to this lane and push it. And, like, just so you know, maybe this is, like, a little demo if you don't walk back here. You do, but, like, look at how slow this... well, it happens really slow sometimes for it, so it looked like it was happening fast, so... I guess it's a little hard to tell, but... given that you saw a fight happening bottom, I like what you did. Stayed in lane and pushed out faster. Just kind of know that, like, the Faceless Void, like, Manta Illusions don't... This is not, like, a good item. Like, Faceless Void Manta Illusions are just not, like, split-pushing things. Like, this is, like, if they have a CM or a Treant, and you just need to Dispel without wanting to pop your BKB. That's the only reason you would buy Manta on Faceless Void. In general. Because the Time Walk is so strong, the only thing that kills you is not being able to Time Walk. Which, like, roots do. So, like, the only reason to buy this is to get out of a root, so that you can then Time Walk and not die. Also, Gleipnir is a good item to purchase it. If they're, like, have somebody going Gleipnir, which they really don't at this point. Weaver may eventually get one, but, like, he doesn't have one right now. So, right. And this guy's going Orchid, but, like, I don't know if you clicked on his items and saw it. I don't think you did, because you had this Yasha forever ago. I guess it seemed like you were kind of intent on this mantle the whole time. But yes, you should have a specific... You have to have a specific reason for Manta style. And it should be on Faceless Void, and it should be, like, our root. Okay, we have our item. I was like, okay, maybe we're going to Roshan. This is a scenario where you do want to look for Roshan. This kind of like ties back to what I was saying earlier. And you've successfully farmed, and now you have Chrono. So this is a good opportunity to like fight in a Roshan, and it looks like your team is doing this correctly. So this is like a great move from your team to move up here. And being ready to fight is great here. Okay, come in, pop the W. I think it's reasonable that you didn't just like try and Chrono the Storm, because Storms like are really good at dodging Chronos. Okay, and then we only got the Lion. Not the best Chrono, but it looks like our team, right, our Ember's kind of stomping, so it's okay. This is all fine. Keep in mind you don't contribute a lot at this phase, given that you've like used Chrono. The most important thing in this phase is to, like, not die. So, like, I don't really think they can kill you with a low Slardar. Like, this is good. I like that you're kind of being cautious here. Like, you know what? I don't want to keep running in. Like, that is reasonable to me, the way you played that. So, good execution on the fight there. That was solid. So we take this tier 2, because the fight had in front of it, and I would love to see you guys go Roshan here. Please go Roshan. High skill. High skill play. High skill play I've seen from, like, Guardians in a long time. Or Herald Guardians. Like, very good job getting Roshan here. You can take this, or you can let Ember take it. Like, if I have a mid-Ember who's, like, popping off, I would honestly let Ember take it. Because, like, yes, we haven't died, but, like, we're still not that strong. And, like, it's more important that he doesn't die than you almost. Or like you can be more careful and play fights slower and just time walk in and chrono. Versus like he's kind of got to like be going in and out. I would consider letting him take it, but if you take it, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's fine. Honestly, I'd probably, if it was me playing this game and my Ember was this big, I would let Ember take it. The other consideration here is like, are we going to try and break high ground with this Aegis? Probably not, given that they still have 2 tier 2s up, and our high ground lineup's not that good. Like, the theoretical correct way to play from this point with this Aegis is to group up, take these last 2 outer towers, and then, like, cut off and control the whole map. And that whole process, like, even if Immortal players were doing it, would take, like, at least 5 minutes, if not, like, 10. And then at that point, you've used this Aegis to do that, whether they fought you or whether they felt they couldn't fight you, and you just like eventually push this in, take it, eventually push this in, take it, even if they don't fight you, right? It's gonna take a while. And then the next Aegis, you're probably going high ground with that, and then you'll be like bigger at that point, have more items and be more impactful. And then that Aegis, the high ground Aegis is better for like the high ground hitting hero to take, which in this case is you because you're the carry. Even though Faithful isn't the best tower hitter, like it's probably still you because at that point you'll be the biggest hero in the game. Like Ember is not going to stand there and hit the tower, but like in this scenario where you're probably going to be doing a lot more fighting with this Aegis, like this Aegis in the next like 8 to 11 minutes before the next one respawns is probably going to be more like taking these towers and fighting on the map. And in that scenario, it's better for it to be on Ember than on you. So this is not like a mistake. This is just like the things that go into my decision of saying like I would let the Ember take it. Okay, so this is what you're doing now makes no sense. You have 2 heroes not here, and you guys are like walking down a lane where there's no objective. Like, so this makes no sense. The enemy can see your Wind Ranger, and I don't know if this Dazzle showed over here to like clear this lane. Like, let's assume he did. So like if the enemy was smart, they'd see that your Wind Ranger showing mid and your Dazzle was here, and they'd go on you with 5 heroes and then probably kill you. I mean, maybe not, because they might screw up the execution, and also your Ember's like super farmed. But like if I was them, and I saw that 2 heroes weren't here, and I see that all three of you just showed on this wave. So they, in theory, they have perfect knowledge of what's going on. Like 1 hero here, 1 hero here, and 3 heroes here. So they should go on you and kill you. And the whole point I'm trying to make here is that you 3 walking down a lane with no objective while you have 2 heroes not here makes no sense. Like you take this Aegis, like 1 hero can come kind of push this out and make sure they don't die. But like what these 2 heroes are doing and pushing out these lanes are kind of correct. And the response from you, or like the correct play from you guys, is to like farm and spread out this way and make your way down to like one of these 2 lanes. Like farm your way to this lane and then push it and take the tower, or like farm your way to this lane, push it, take the tower, and then move to this lane. That's like the correct thing to do. Oops. Okay, so yeah, we're kind of like, this is just dangerous. They could have a ward here. I mean, our team is reconnecting now at this point, but like taking this farm is not that useful right now. It's just dangerous. Like, yes, we're strong, like we could fight them, but like just the easiest thing to do is like just group up, go push this tower without like being separated, and then make sure we get this tower. Like with this Aegis, the correct thing to do is get these 2 towers. So let's see what happens. Okay, so your Wind Ranger gets picked off, so we're down a hero. We are still very strong. We have Chrono. But, like, we don't have to fight them if Wind Ranger's not alive, so you guys don't. Which I think is just a reasonable decision. Like, there's no reason to force it. Like, if you were playing this game for money, the correct thing to do would be just kind of be farm and chill till Wind Ranger's alive. Okay. So you kill these and walk mid. It's alright. I probably would have walked to this ancient camp and then down here to like farm and then push down this way. But whichever one you guys want to push as a team is fine. Whichever lane, mid or bottom. Okay, this smoke play, also a good idea. Like grouping up and smoking while you have really good map control is a good play. And you have Aegis and you have ults, right? This is a very good play, actually. Okay, so Lion, I guess, saw that and broke the smoke and then like fed. That was kind of a crazy play from him. So they kind of like just throw here for no reason. I don't know if that Chrono was necessary, but honestly, I don't mind it. They already had 2 heroes dead, so why not make it a 3rd and like make this game super easy. Storm is also an idiot. Okay, so they just kind of like are throwing and feeding here. we'll see how you guys close the game out and if you make any major mistakes. At this point, I'll fast forward and I'll just like note if you're making any huge mistakes. It's like I'm expecting you guys to like kind of end this game without any huge setbacks. So if there is something, we'll kind of take a look. Okay, so we lose our Aegis, but they like cost them like a lot of stuff. Okay, we kind of back off, no Aegis, and after we got the tower, that's reasonable. Okay, I like the CP a lot. I like the CP a lot. I would like to see BKB got Mjolnir. You guys are kind of owning, but like, you just can't die, right? So, you get BKB, you're never dying. Pushing, we're pushing. Okay. I was gonna say, keep in mind, they have 5 heroes alive, and we're showing on this wave, and we're alone. So backing off after this wave is like very smart. So good job here. Maybe we kept going, I'd say you were psychotic, just because of the information that you had. Okay, so you are going BKB. Good. Very good. I don't really agree with what your team's doing out here, but that's not really your problem. Like at this point, finishing your BKB is like correct, so your team wants to like feed. It's like count on them. Okay, we see a bunch of heroes, so we're safe to clear this wave. So this makes a lot of sense. Still see a couple heroes. Okay. This is good. It's good. I don't know what you're doing. So we have BKB, right? Should be buying our BKB. Make sure you use your quick buy. Like I'm pretty sure I would see this if you're using it. I don't think you're using it. So like really start using your quick buy. Okay, still a lot of crazy stuff happening bottom. So you're like walking here. Okay, we eventually buy our BKB, which is good. The Manta illusions just don't do much to towers, so don't use it to hit towers. They're just not that good. Like they only deal 33% damage, and like your right click damage isn't like that high. Like time lock is what makes you do damage, and like obviously these don't time lock, and then obviously like you couldn't do it to a tower anyway. So like don't use Manta illusions on base sweat tower. It's just like not. It's just not a thing. And I'm sure you don't know that, so I'm just letting you know. It's just not worth it. Save it for the Orchid. Save it for at this point since you have it. Save it for the Corrosive Haze. Just save it for confusing them. No reason to use it like casually though. Okay, so we got our BKB. I know we have our ults, but like I don't really want to push this. Like the correct play is definitely to just control the map, wait for Roshan to respawn, take Roshan, and then use that to go high ground. Even if we're really ahead, there's like kind of how you throw. It's like going high ground with no Aegis. Okay, we're gonna go high ground with no Aegis. Slar is actually hard to kill. So like if their whole team was here, like that doesn't actually go that well for you. Like, you didn't kill the Slardar. You guys did kill the Storm, but, like, maybe you wouldn't have if, like, the Lion was here helping. If Gyro was here. Like, I don't know. Like, like, I don't know if they're griefing or if they just are, like, not communicating and, like, making, like, half the team said, like, oh, we shouldn't defend, and, like, half the team thinks they should. But, like, against a coordinated team here, this is, like, a very dangerous move that, like, is not going particularly well, given that they don't even have all the heroes here. Kind of went okay, but like now we don't have Chronos. Like now we're not that strong. Like if Storm has buyback, which he does, like this is so dangerous for you. Like this buyback, like his potential to buyback already was like this is kind of dangerous for you. You don't have BKB. Like you're high ground. Like going high ground's hard. Like even though you're way ahead, going high ground is hard. Like their Weaver's basically griefing at this point because he's not here for this fight. But like this is like not like giving you guys win this here. Like. This is basically just their Gyro and their Weaver not playing at this point. They probably gave up because you're so far ahead, but like if they didn't, like I don't know, like if you put an Immortal team, like if all 10 people in this lobby were Immortal and the Radiant or the Dire team was doing what you guys are doing, like I would not be shocked to see the Radiant wipe you guys. Like if all 10 people in the lobby were Immortal. I just want to kind of put that in your mind, like against like even if you guys were really good players, like against really good players, they could have potentially wiped you here. And I wouldn't be that surprised. So just kind of the expected value of doing this without Aegis is just very low and kind of low skill. Especially once you burn Chrono. Okay, so TP mid here maybe? I would have TP'd mid here. We don't. So taking Roshan should be the only thing we care about. Because taking Roshan makes ending the game super easy. Because they like don't, because they're so behind, they don't have enough to like kill you twice. It's like really we should just be taking Roshan. It looks like it's not up yet, but that's all we should be like caring about taking. So we'll fast forward. Okay, so our Dazzle dies. Really good Chrono off. We BKB. So yeah, this is like them like kind of overextending while you have Chrono. They tried. Almost worked. Like that didn't go terribly for them considering they're so far behind. Like trading 2 for 1 after this Dazzle buys back for 4 is like, could have gone worse for them. If they were smarter, they would have like just gone like smoked a Roche or something though. Nobody in your games will ever like smoke the Roche when they're behind, but that would be the best play because like you guys aren't expecting it. Okay, so your team's kind of pushing mid, but you're kind of like up here. I kind of like what you're doing, like not pushing in response to that. I think it's fine. Like just like to secure this game and make it over. Like we just want to Roche here. Your team should come up top and Roche on. It's gonna be bottom in a second though. Okay, so you're using Manta, might as well. Apply out of clarity here. It's important to keep your mana up this late in the game. Okay, so obviously we want to Roche on now, which is good. You know, not that late, honestly, all things considered. You came to this conclusion fairly quickly, so it's good. And then you Roche, and it looks like you Roche and end the game from here, so... you got Aghanims, almost doesn't matter what you buy, because you're doing this correctly, so like the item, it's not super important. Aghanims is fine. You could buy anything here and be fine. Satanic would be good. More damage is fine too. Scotty. Hags is good. No complaints about that. So you guys all go top. Okay, because you already got bottom. So it's reasonable. You're going down a different lane. Push. There's probably nothing else to comment on, but I just, since I'm almost done with the replay anyways, might as well close it out. So we use our Manta. Why not? Nice Chrono. Just lying. Really trying to drain our mana. Nice. Good teamfight execution, honestly, from you for most of the game. Not too much work on there. Okay, this is obviously the end of the game. So, yeah, this early game was very strange. Wow, Weaver again, like, didn't even come out. This guy is just straight up roofing. Yeah, I mean... the biggest part, like the biggest learning component of this game is definitely like the early laning game, like obviously buying items. You could defensive aggro more, don't let creeps die out of XP range, like for no reason. You know, hopefully we know that time dilation does no damage if they haven't cast any spells, so like stop casually using that in lane as void. Fighting in this fight up here, when you saw the tier 1 in like 16 minutes was like not that helpful. I wouldn't be doing that. But once you kind of like got into the swing of the game and you got your like Manta, which I also talked about the items, but then you guys started playing pretty well. There was a couple other small things. Like after you had like kind of won the fight, but they had all respawned, and then you had like a hero here and a hero here, and then you 3 were here. Like that was not great. And you want to avoid that if at all possible. We talked about like after you won that fight mid and you got like the tower or whatever, you just want to like, you'd gotten this tower, but then like you weren't really pushing another one. You just want to like TP away and farm and prepare for Roche. But you guys did Roche at really good times, especially for like Herald Guardian. Like it's like very good Roche taking from you guys considering your rank. So that was really good. But that was it, man. Your talents were fine. I guess void talents are not that complicated. It's all good. I don't even know what Faceless Void's innate was. A weird innate ability. So yeah, hopefully you got a lot out of this, especially the early game. Really make sure your quick buy and purchase thing is set up. Like that will help you a lot, I think, with remembering to buy items. But thanks for signing up for the analysis, man. Good luck. See you next time.